All right, let me go on the record. Good morning, everyone. I'm only coming on to do one case for the moment. Edward Barsky, page 6.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marcos Beaton on his behalf temporarily.
Good morning, counsel. Thank you. Thanks for coming. All right, good morning, Mr. Barsky. I'm Judge Davis. Your attorney is here on your behalf. Counsel, as I'm sure you know, Mr. Barsky's being held on an out-of-state felony warrant. I think it's out of California.
Sir.
California's ordered that you be held without bond at this time, sir, so you're going to be held no bond. Now, I also do the extradition hearings. We'll have you set for Monday morning in courtroom 345. I'll see you there. I'm going to give you a legal choice about whether or not you want to be immediately extradited back to California. Okay? Go ahead, do me a favor. If there's anything you want to say to me, you don't have to, but the microphone is muted, so you just got to push the button in the center. There you go.
I'm sorry, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
I just want to add one thing, Your Honor.
Sure.
There's California counsel that began communication with the California authorities yesterday about some accommodation that perhaps we can reach between them, the Broward State Attorney's Office, and us. It was very preliminary.
Okay, good.
If we are able to pull something off today on a Friday, even with the time difference.
Just come by. I'll sign it. I'll sign the order. That's no problem. I'm here all day. My chambers are upstairs on the third floor, 358. My assistant is Karen.
Great.
So if for some reason I'm not here, if docket's over, you can always go up to Karen, bring the order. I'll sign it. I'll take care of it.
Beautiful.
You know Mr. Farnsworth over at the...
I have his name. I have not. We've spoken with his office. They've been great to us. They didn't have the paperwork as a close of business yesterday to have a meaningful discussion locally.
Okay.
But we're moving things along, and we're going to try to make an effort to do something today. And I just wanted to make sure that we can contact your chambers.
I'm here all day until probably about maybe 3:30 or so, 3 o'clock, 3:30. And even if I'm not here in the building, I'd come back to sign it. So
Judge, thank you so very
Sure,
much.
no problem.
I appreciate it.
All right, good luck. Good luck. Thanks for coming in. All right, Mr. Barsky, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty. All right. I'm just waiting for pre-trial and confinement status, but let me tell you, this is the first appearance court. You're here this morning because you've been arrested, and under the laws of the state of Florida, you have the right to see a neutral judge within 24 hours of your arrest. Today is not going to be your criminal trial, your trial on these offenses. What I am going to decide today is whether or not there was probable cause to arrest you, and if so, I'll set a reasonable bond in your case if it's applicable under the law. Now, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you, so don't talk about the facts of your case today. You also, what you may be asked to talk about are things like your family and community ties and your ability to post a monetary bond. You also have the right to counsel. If you've hired a private attorney and they're not here, please let me know, and I will attempt to contact them for you. You also can utilize the public defender's office. There's a representative there with you in the main jail and one here with me in my courtroom. And Mr. Odom, if you want to proceed on the municipal cases, we can go ahead and do that.
Yes, Judge. Our first call, good morning again. George Odom on behalf of Mr. McLawrence. Page 14, Gregory Hankerson at the main facility.
Hankerson. Okay, Gregory Hankerson.
We first seek appointment on this case. You are now provide the court with an order.
All righty. Good morning, Mr. Hankerson.
Good morning.
You're charged with violation of a municipal ordinance. It's possession of cannabis. That's a municipal ordinance in the city of Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. That attorney's name is Jared McLawrence. This is his associate, George Odom. Now, sir, if you want to plead no contest to this possession of cannabis case, I'll withhold adjudication, and you'll have a year to pay some court costs. Do you want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand for me. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down and tell me your full name, please.
Gregory Hankerson.
Mr. Hankerson, you've been charged with possession of cannabis. How do you plead to that offense?
No contest, sir.
Do you understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or prescription medication that would make it difficult for you to understand me today?
No, sir.
All right, I find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I will withhold adjudication, and you'll have a year to pay some court costs, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Next judge is Jordan Diddle on page 17 of your document.
Hankerson.
All right, Jordan Diddle.
Down the middle. Mr. Diddle. Down the
He's
middle.
also
Down the
at the
middle.
facility. Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan Diddle.
All right,
No.
Mr. Diddle, you're charged with a violation of a municipal ordinance of the city of Fort Lauderdale. That's disorderly conduct. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. His name is Jared McLawrence, and this is his associate, George Odom. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Now, does Mr. Diddle have any priors?
I need a BCCN number.
804-685.
I just see what, well, anything on Diddle, D-I-T-E-L.
Yeah, I have priors.
He has something right on. Paraphernalia, DUI 07 out of Dade, battery, resisting without violence, 05 out of Orlando, another resisting without 04 out of Orlando. End of record.
All right, do you have are you employed, Mr. Diddle?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
Work with the B-Cycle, the public rent-a-bikes, and I do carpeting and epoxy resin on cruise ships. Flooring on cruise ships.
All right, I'm going to release you on your recognizance on this charge. You're going to have to come back at another court date and respond to the charges, sir. And Mr. Odom or Mr. McLawrence will be there on your behalf. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you. All right, thank you. Oh, you got that cable? Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to attach it to the phone in front of the PD and just sort of run it under the table, and we'll utilize it when we need it. You don't have to do it now if you don't want to. If you want to do it later at the break, we can. Okay, yeah, we'll do it on the break. All right, very good. Thank you, Pat. I really appreciate that, yeah. Now, if we could just run it sort of under the table, and that way we'll have the phone. I think we've got the problem solved with the interpreters, Mr. Opsahl. We're going to utilize the telephone there and also in the jail. If there's an issue where the interpreter can't hear or the inmate, the defendant can't hear, then we'll have longer extension cords on that phone. We're going to have a longer extension cord on that phone. I just was able to arrange it with the jail yesterday, and the phones can be brought to the podium, and then the interpreter will be able to pick up the phone on this end. The defendant will be able to pick up the phone on that end, and then they'll be able to hear directly in each other's ears. North Broward shouldn't be an issue, but if so you want to speak to them. All right, I can make a call with you and the interpreter if you want to speak to them beforehand. With Spanish or Creole? Spanish. All right. So when the Spanish interpreter gets up here, we can do a call with you and the interpreter, or I can inquire on the record. You let me know. But at least in the hearing issue for now, I think we have it solved, and then Mr. Berger is looking into what we can do in the main courthouse a little more permanent. Sure? All right. All right, good morning, counsel. How are you?
Good morning, Judge. Michael Leader for Ms. Carbone on page 11 of your docket.
What was the last name? Carbone?
Andrea Carbone.
Carbone.
Her husband is president of court. I did not have a chance to speak to the state before we started today. I apologize.
No, it's fine. You want a couple of minutes to talk to him?
I think I can just lay out what's going on and.
Okay. Thanks. You want to pull it out? All right.
Because she doesn't even know I've been retained. Her husband retained me last night.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Miss Carbone, I'm Judge Davis. This gentleman is an attorney. He was retained by your husband. I guess if you could she may not even know your name.
My name is Michael Leader, and just for the record, I'm here with John Myers, her husband.
Can you hear, ma'am?
I can, yes.
All right, very good. All right, so you've been charged with driving under the influence with damage to property or person of another, driving under the influence of first offense, neglect of a child without great bodily harm, possession of an open container in a motor vehicle, and improper backing. And counsel, have you had an opportunity to see the probable cause affidavit?
Judge, I haven't, but let me tell you what I do know at this point. I've spoken to her husband in great detail. This is a second marriage for both of them. They both have kids with other individuals. Her son is with her husband right now. He's aware of the situation and will address or do whatever he feels is necessary, I'm sure. She's a professional, she's employed, she owns a home here with her husband in Broward County, they have other kids. She has strong ties to the community, all her family's here. As I said, she is a professional, she's employed, never been in trouble, this completely isolated incident. We don't really know what led to it yet, but I can tell you in speaking to the family, they're very supportive and very committed to addressing this. If this is not isolated, something needs to be addressed, they're committed to addressing it and take care of it. So I would ask you to release her on a reasonable bond on that additional count. Obviously, like I said, the child's fine, thank God. He's in the custody of his biological and legal father, and they'll address all of that, I'm sure, as a family or with family court if necessary.
All right, Mr. Linder?
She has no criminal history, Your Honor.
All right. All right, ma'am. Then I'll make it $1,000 bond on count 1, a $500 bond count 2, a $1,000 bond on count 3, total $2,500 bond. And the minor child is in the custody of the biological father.
The legal, he's in other words, it's her husband, her former husband, is the father of the child.
Okay.
Mr. Myers spoke to him. He has the child's fine, and he will remain with the dad for now until they get things figured out, I'm sure.
All right.
But the child's fine and no harm, no issue, and they have a good communication, good relationship between the spouses.
All right.
So,
I'm going to order supervised contact at this time between herself and that minor child. If there's to be any contact, it's got to be with a third party. Doesn't have to be the ex-husband. Could be grandma, grandpa, aunt, something like that. At this time, it's going to be supervised.
Judge, could she have unsupervised contact as long as she doesn't travel with him, if she doesn't drive with him at this time?
This time, I'm not
I'm his
comfortable with
primary.
that.
I'm his primary caretaker. He's with me
Yeah, she takes
5 days out of the week.
Yeah.
I
She's
mean,
the one that takes care of him, gets to school. The father's not the one that does that. So I don't know if that's going to create a major upturn in the child's life as well, Judge.
Yeah, it might, but this incident may also create a major upturn in the child's life. So at this time, it's going to be supervised by a third party. That'll be obviously modifiable by the dependency court. It'll be modifiable by the criminal court, but at this time, supervised contact.
Judge, would her current husband, Mr. Myers, count as somebody that can supervise the
That's
contact?
fine. That's fine.
All right.
Your Honor.
thank God.
I would just request, I'm not going to go into the details, but based on these allegations, I would ask that the court would consider supervision by pretrial release with at least an evaluation to see with regards to substance abuse, and if they determine that there should be follow-up, then following up recommendations.
Judge, I'll represent you as an officer of the court that that's all going to be pursued anyway. She's a first-time offender with no history, no priors. You've already said bond, and before you said bond, they didn't ask for those conditions. I'd ask that you not impose, especially in light of supervised visitation, further conditions. I think it's better for the family to. They're definitely going to address that, but I think it's more therapeutic. It's addressed outside the court system unless there's an absolute need for it, Judge.
All right, I'll let her go just with the monetary bond.
Your Honor, then I would just ask for an additional condition of no alcohol or intoxicants.
That's fine. No alcohol intoxicants.
Understood, Judge.
All right.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
sir.
All right. Nice to see you. All right. And Tanisha Parks.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Your Honor. Richard Bellis on her behalf.
Good morning, counsel.
And Your Honor, if I could be heard before the court makes any type of determination. Your Honor, I reviewed count 1 because on the face of it, it is a punishable by life offense. Your Honor, in good faith, I have to concede, based on my reading of the probable cause affidavit, that there's no probable cause because where the gun was located, it was not in her actual possession at the time of the alleged offense when the drugs were found in the car, Your Honor. And that she wasn't in the car with the drugs in possession of the gun, from what I read.
All right, so I'm going to find no probable cause for count 1 and release her on a recognizance on that count. The additional counts are distribution or delivery of heroin, trafficking in heroin, 2 counts, and possession of fentanyl. Any arguments as to probable cause on the counts?
No argument with respect to probable cause, Judge. For the record, she's a lifelong resident of Florida, a U.S. citizen. She has no prior criminal history, to my knowledge. Her mother, sister, and brother are here. Her brother must have stepped outside the courtroom. She's gainfully employed as a patient caretaker. She can ill afford the bond, which is approximately $150,000. I've been informed of some meritorious defenses. I encourage her not to speak over the phone with anybody about her case. I would ask you if you would lower those bonds to $25,000 a count, Judge. Like I said, no criminal history, gainfully employed. If you felt pretrial release was appropriate, whatever you see fit, Judge.
Mr. Linder?
Your Honor, first, I don't see a criminal history. However, I don't know, based on some of these charges, that that's really a mitigating factor, considering she faces a prison sentence, if a minimum mandatory prison sentence if convicted on the trafficking charges. Would also note, Your Honor, it's documented in the report that there were prior to this arrest, two documented drug deals. One involving a significant amount of heroin, Your Honor. Any more than 14 grams, she would have been facing the next higher level of trafficking. Then, when taken into custody, an additional amount of heroin was found. And while, Your Honor, I agree that there's no probable cause for armed trafficking at this point, I think it is still significant that she had in her possession a firearm while taken into custody. I do believe at this time, and frankly, as far as her financial resources, considering that it is being alleged that she's involved in drug dealing, I don't know that we can be certain at this time what her financial abilities are or are not. I would ask that the bonds that have been set kept in place.
Judge, I don't think that's appropriate. They didn't find a substantial amount of cash on her, to my knowledge. Otherwise, it would be reflected in the probable cause affidavit. Like I say, she is gainfully employed, family ties, no history. Just ask you to exercise your discretion and lower that bond. She can ill afford that bond. No priors, Judge.
All right, I'll set 2,500 on count 2, 25,000 on counts 3 and 4, 1,000 on count 5. We'll do pretrial release level 2 with the GPS monitor. Ma'am, do you have a United States passport?
No.
All right.
No, sir.
You're going to be forbidden from applying for a passport, and your travel is going to be restricted to the Tri-County area. That'll be Miami-Dade, Broward County, and Palm Beach, but you're on level 2 GPS, so really you should be going to work and going home, and that's about it.
And be permitted to meet with me naturally, Judge.
And Your Honor, I'm not trying to be a pain, but since it's a concern of the court, I would just ask if she can be placed under oath if the court can inquire about her passport.
All right, that's fine.
I didn't hear what the prosecutor said.
He wants me to place her under oath and just make sure she doesn't have a passport.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you for me? You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Put your hand down and tell me your full name, please.
Tanisha Parks. Tanisha Chevette Parks.
Ms. Parks, do you have a United States passport?
No, sir, I do not.
Do you have a passport from any other jurisdiction in the world?
No, sir.
All right. Very
No,
good.
sir.
That's acceptable to the court, and like I said, you're forbidden from applying for one, ma'am.
What is it?
All right. Good luck to you. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
All
Have a
right,
good day, Your Honor.
Good luck, folks. All righty. I'll waive the cost.
Appreciate that, Judge.
All right, sure thing. All right, back to page 1 of the docket. John Snowden.
Dear President.
Good morning, Mr. Snowden. You're charged with domestic violence, battery, and criminal mischief. I'm going to find probable cause for those offenses. Advocate, have you had any contact with the victim? Any trials?
Carry concealed firearm. I don't see anything else, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Romero.
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Snowden, he's been residing in our community since for about 20 years now. He's 27 years old. He is currently employed. He works for a company called Andre Contracting. He's been working with that company for about 6 months, making approximately $12 an hour. Financially, he only has $100 in the bank. He owns no property. I did explain to him that there'll be a no contact order. He'll be living separate and apart from the alleged victim. He does have substantial ties to the community. He's a graduate of North Miami Beach High School, class of 2008. Judge, we'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond as to count 1.
All right, sir, I'm going to set a $3,500 bond on count one. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Jesse LeBrun.
Pause.
Judge,
Yes.
I've just been advised, Mr. Snowden, I believe, has a 2-year-old child with the alleged victim. Would you sign an order allowing for third-party contact for purposes of arranging child visitation?
He can have third-party contact, yeah, to arrange child visitation. That's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Sure.
Your Honor.
Jesse LeBrun.
Mr. Jesse LeBrun, come on up, please.
All right, Mr. LeBrun, you're charged with domestic violence, battery, and criminal mischief. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Advocate, have you had any contact with the victim? Under any priors?
One moment, Your Honor. Hang on. Yeah, just traffic priors, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Romero.
Judge, Mr. LeBrun's been residing here his whole life. He's 23 years old. He's currently unemployed. He's going to school. He goes to Ben Foster High School. It's an online program, which he's trying to obtain his high school diploma. Financially, he has no money to make, no property. He lives in Lauderhill with his mother. His mother's his sole financial support. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond considering Mr. LeBrun's lack of any violent priors, Judge.
All right, Mr. LeBrun, I'm going to set a $2,500 bond on count one. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. Do you understand that? All right, good luck,
Yes.
sir.
Judge, we'd also ask you to sign a photo order
Sure.
allowing us to photograph his injuries,
That's
and we
fine.
would also need a third-party contact for purposes of arranging child visitation.
That's fine.
Thank
David Contreras.
you. Mr. Contreras declined the service of public defender. He advises that he's hiring his own attorney. Good morning,
All right.
sir.
All right, Mr. Contreras, you're charged with domestic violence battery. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Any contact with the victim, advocate? Does he have any priors?
No, sir.
No priors, Judge.
All right. Sir, I'm going to set a $2,500 bond in this
Actually,
case.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just one. 2015 criminal mischief.
All right. $2,500 bond. Sir, you're going to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay 500 feet away at least. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, sir.
Hey, where you going, young man? No.
Oh, okay. All right. So you folks understand it's a $2,500 bond and he can't have any contact with the alleged victim? Okay. Good luck. Eric Morris.
Mr. Morris, come on up, please.
All right, Mr. Morris, you're charged with an aggravated battery on a pregnant victim and a violation of your felony probation. I'm going to find probable cause. Any contact with the victim, advocate?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Linda Priors, I see the violation of probation is for burglary of a dwelling.
In addition to that, 09 burglary of a conveyance, grand theft, criminal mischief. He violated probation. 09 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance, 2 counts of theft, violated probation. 08 theft, 08 trespass.
All right, Mr. Romero.
Judge, he's been residing in South Florida his whole life. He's currently employed. He works at Duffy's restaurant. He's a barback. He makes approximately $8.05 an hour. I did advise him because of the domestic situation. Gets out, he will have to find a separate place to live. He has no problem with that. Judge, I did advise him he has a no bond hold on his VOP. We'd ask you to set a reasonable bond as to count one.
All right, sir, it's going to be a $25,000 bond on count one. There is no bond on count two. You're going to see Judge Singal on February 22nd at 8:30 a.m. Sir, you're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good luck. Anthony Daniel.
Mr. Daniel is here, present.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Daniel. You're charged with domestic violence battery, burglary with assault or battery, burglary of an occupied conveyance, and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I'll hear from the state first.
Your Honor, the state is going to be seeking a no bond hold on the burglary with assault or battery. I believe there is probable cause for the charge based on the warrant that was signed by, I believe it was signed by Judge Bailey. Your Honor, also should the court decide to make the determination, I believe based on the allegations in the affidavit, that there is proof evident or presumption great for the charge of burglary with assault and battery.
That's a correction on that count one.
Oh, I see. So count one is a battery, a second subsequent domestic violence offense.
And Your Honor, because I know there are other offenses that he is bond eligible. Whenever the court is ready, I have a criminal history as well.
Judge, can I just briefly respond to the punishable by life offense?
Sure.
Judge, in order, our position is in order for him to be held no bond, the court either has to make a finding of proof evident presumption great, or the state has to file a motion pursuant to Rule 3.132 where they intend to foreclose bond, and he would be entitled to a hearing within 3 days where the court only would have to make a finding of probable cause. I would argue the warrant before the court is sufficient to establish probable cause, but not proof evident presumption great. Just referring to the warrant, I don't see anywhere in the warrant where she gives a she says that the statement she gave to the detective attesting to the facts contained in the warrant are sworn to. Don't have an opportunity to review her statements to see if they live together. It just indicates that they were in a relationship together. I would argue based on proof evident presumption great being the highest standard, higher than beyond a reasonable doubt, I would submit that there's not proof evident presumption great in this matter.
All right, I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses on count 2, which is a punishable by life offense, so you're going to be held without a monetary bond. If you wish to seek a monetary bond, you may seek an Arthur hearing before your division judge at a later time. Let me hear about his priors, please.
Your Honor, 2011, shooting at or throwing a deadly missile, battery, criminal mischief. He was placed on 4 years probation as a habitual offender. 2011, possession of cocaine. 2007, tampering with evidence, 3 years state prison. 1999, possession of firearm by convicted felon. 50 months state prison as a habitual offender. 1999, delivery of cocaine resisting without violence. 50 months state prison as a habitual offender. 1998, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault with a firearm, possession of firearm by convicted felon. He violated probation, was sentenced to just under 51 months state prison. 1996, resisting without violence. 1997, possession of cocaine, resisting without violence. He was convicted after a violation of probation. 1994, possession of cocaine. 1994, delivery of cocaine. 1994, possession of cocaine with a violation of probation. End of record, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Romero.
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Daniel, he's been residing in South over 20 years. He's 43 years old. He's currently employed. He works at a company called Office Bargain Center. It's a retail store selling office furniture. He's been working for them for 7 years. He makes approximately $16.50 an hour. He will be living separate and apart from the alleged victim. He'll be living with his cousin in Fort Lauderdale. Financially, he has no money in the bank, no property. He does not believe his family has much financial resources in order to post his bond. We'd be asking you to take that into account and impose a reasonable bond as to Mr. Daniel on counts 1, 3, and 4.
Look at that. All right. I'm going to set a $25,000 bond on count 1. There's no bond on count 2. $25,000 count 3 and $25,000 count 4. You're going to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. Do you understand that, sir?
All right, yes, sir.
And Your Honor, before, just for clarification for the record, my understanding, Your Honor, found probable cause and elected not to make a determination as to proof evident or presumption great one way or the other.
That's correct.
And I know the defense have requested for a bond. Despite that request, my understanding, the court, per the court's findings, this was just the first appearance hearing. Nothing that happened today is to be considered to be an Arthur hearing, correct?
That's correct.
Your Honor? Thank you, Judge.
Jarvis McFadden.
Thank you.
Still on loan?
Is he still medical reset, Hector?
You should be back.
No, he's approaching.
Okay.
He's in a wheelchair all the way in back, so
No
it's gonna take a
problem.
little bit. Here he is, Judge.
All right, Mr. McFadden, good morning. You're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and 2 counts of firing a missile into a dwelling, vehicle, or building. I'll find probable cause for these offenses, sir. Any contact with the victim advocate?
No, Your Honor.
Any priors, Mr. Linder?
Your Honor, Mr. McFadden was arrested, one moment, in early December on possession of cocaine with intent to sell, delivery of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a place of worship or a business. I can't advise the court, however, a filing decision has not yet been made on that case. Additionally, one moment, Your Honor, I just have to check one other case. Okay, Your Honor, Mr. McFadden is out on bond and has a pending compulsory school attendance violation case before Judge Solomon. He has possession of cocaine, 03, 2-year state prison. Possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, tampering with evidence, 03, 2-year state prison. Delivery of cocaine, 97, 1 year and a day state prison. Possession of cocaine, 1994, with a violation of probation. End of record, Judge.
What's the case number he's on?
166028 MM. Oh, you meant the misdemeanor?
Yeah.
6028 MM10A.
Okay. Mr. Romero?
Judge, it's me, Mr. McFadden. He's been residing here his whole life. He's 41 years old. At this time, he's unemployed. He was previously working for Doug's Lawn Service. He was making approximately $10.75 an hour. He does not live with the alleged victim. He lives with his mother in Pompano. He's been residing there for about 10 years. His understanding is that the alleged victim moved out. Judge, we'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond as to Mr. McFadden, take into consideration his financial resources. At this point, he's not in a position to work. He, as a result of the incident or arrest, he did suffer extensive injuries, 2 broken ankles, right broken forearm. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond, Judge.
All right. It's going to be $15,000 on counts 1 and 2, $10,000 on count 3 and 4, and I'm revoking bond in case 166028 MM10A. You're going to have no contact, sir, with the victims. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find them on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. Do you understand?
You understand? Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Joseph Bryant.
North Broward.
All right. Mr. Bryan, you're charged, you're being held on a felony warrant, sir. The charge is aggravated stalking. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense.
Your Honor, I can check. As you see, he's got other offenses. I think one is also a act stalking against the same alleged victim. I'm just checking to see what bond you set on that.
All right, thank you.
I think so also.
And that violates his release condition, or what?
No. This he's been in this entire time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, it was set at 10,000 plus pretrial release GPS.
All right. Well, we'll do the same here. $10,000 bond, pretrial release with a GPS monitor, level 2. No contact with the alleged victim, sir. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I don't know who is it. Yes, sir.
Can you just tell him who the victim is? I don't think he knows.
Well, it's the same alleged victim he's been ordered to have no contact with on all the other cases.
Okay.
Good luck to you. Roderick Charlton?
Mr. Charleston's at the Paul Ryan facility, Your Honor.
All right. It's a change of charge?
Yes, Your Honor. It looks like from strangulation to felony battery, second or subsequent.
Right. Oh, Paul Ryan. Whoops. There we go. What was the bond?
One moment, Judge. Tanisha, do you have that?
All right. I'm fine probable cause for battery, second subsequent offense. It's a $7,500 bond, sir. You're going to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. Stay at least 500 feet away. You understand that?
Yes, I have the court order bond, but they took the bond, and I was trying to see if I can get the bond back.
Sure, you need that.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, sir.
It's another charge that's holding me there where I can't bond out.
All right, his bond was revoked. You're going to have to go see your division judge, and they'll make a determination about that. Good luck. Ashley Nelson?
North Broward.
All righty.
Right here on the X.
Good morning.
All right, Miss Nelson, good afternoon, good morning. You're charged with an out-of-state felony warrant. I'm going to find probable cause. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and I will see you in a few days on my extradition docket. You'll get some legal choices about whether or not you want to be brought back to that state. Good luck.
All right, do you know what day that will be?
They'll probably set you on the Monday docket.
Monday? Thank you.
All right, good luck. Daniel Mobley?
Your Honor, he's in another courtroom this morning.
All right, I'm going to pass it through the division. That's a no bond hold, and I'm sure I'll see him in extraditions.
Okay.
Tammy Johnson?
Tammy, come on.
Was she just ROR?
I think she was ROR'd yesterday. I think she was in custody at the time this warrant was issued.
Got it. She's in North Broward, right?
No.
How you doing? You all right today?
I'm all right.
Okay.
All right. Hi, Miss Johnson. It looks like
How you doing?
you're here on a capias, on a warrant for trespassing, and I'm going to release you on your recognizance on that charge, okay?
All right.
All right. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, could we call an individual out of turn?
Sure. Who's that?
Andrew Hightower. He's on page 19 of your docket.
Sure thing.
Judge.
Mr. Hightower?
I didn't have one.
Thank you.
Tommy Jackson?
Maybe he does, I don't know.
He does.
You ever talk to him? Oh.
There we go.
Andre Williams?
No, actually, this was attached.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think me or the PD got it, so good to be the judge.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Hightower, you're being held on 2 felony warrants, sir. Burglary of a unoccupied conveyance and grand theft in the 3rd degree. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Do you have any priors?
Your Honor, I believe
Judge,
I'll check, but I believe...
He's currently being held no bond, and also I believe he has other cases similar to that in which he has a $5,000 bond. We'd be asking just for a $5,000 bond
I have
considering
no objection to that.
he has no bond.
It'll be a $5,000 bond on count 13 and a $1,000 bond on count 14. Good luck. So
Thank you, Judge.
You got a
All right,
status hearing on the
thank you.
22nd.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Sierra Goodrum?
Ms. Goodrum is at the Paul Ryan facility, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Miss Goodrum, you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant. The charge is petty theft, and bond is $500, ma'am. Good luck. Priscilla Rodriguez?
Judge, she's over at North Broward. Can I just
North
briefly,
Broward.
can I briefly go sidebar with the court?
Sure. All right, we're back on the record. All right, ma'am, you're charged with criminal mischief. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense.
Judge, she said she could stay with her grandmother has a condo in Pembroke Pines. She can't get a hold of anybody to bond her out. Will the court consider RWR?
I'll release you on your recognizance, ma'am, and you're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case, so stay 500 feet away from him. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find him on social media. You understand?
Perfect, yes, I understand.
And, Your Honor,
Yes.
and I just so the court's aware, and I guess it's kind of clear on the PC, I just want to put it on the record, the alleged victim is not the person that was arrested in the incident that Mr. Offall mentioned before. I know, I didn't say you said that, I'm just putting it out there so...
No, I understand. And that's why, so you understand, you cannot have contact with this alleged victim. In this case?
Yes.
All right, good.
Of course.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you.
Sure. Dawn Stark?
She's over at North Broward. She would like to plea out her case if the court is so inclined.
All right, Ms. Stark, you're charged with trespassing. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. Do you have any priors?
I just need to check the status of the game. You're on... What's the case number?
15.
Is it still open there? Your Honor, I believe she might have a prostitution case. She's been in front of Judge Lerner Wren before. I know that much.
There was an open container and laying on the ground.
It's still
open container and laying on the ground.
She has a prostitution case in front of Judge Lerner Wren. Right now, it's still hope.
In the regular division or the
mental health division.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the last thing I see that there was supposed to be a status conference in December of 2015 to withdraw the capias. There was a capias and there's nothing else mentioned after that. So
Got it.
I think.
All right, I'm going to set bond at $25 and I'll transfer this case also to Judge Lerner Wren. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Excuse me, sir, I don't have the $25.
Okay. You're going to see Judge Lerner Wren shortly, though. They'll set up a date for you. Good luck.
For what?
I'm sorry?
For $25. For what? Set up a date for what?
They're going to set up a court date for you with Judge Lerner Wren on the trespassing charge. You understand?
Can I plead no contest and get released today?
No, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not going to be able to offer you a no contest plea today, but it's a $25 bond, and I'm going to transfer the case. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Denisha Cannon? Denisha Cannon? All right. Good morning, Ms. Cannon. You're charged with petty theft in the second degree, and you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant for petty theft. I'm going to find probable cause. I'll release you on your recognizance on count 1. Count 2 is a $250 bond. You'll see your division judge on February 22nd, 1:30 p.m. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Allison Laga?
North Broward.
All right. All right, ma'am, you're charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving damage to property, failure to use due care, expired motor vehicle registration, failure to display vehicle registration, failing to drive in a single lane, driving across a divided section, speeding, and no proof of insurance. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses, and I will set bond at $100 on count 1. There's no monetary charge on counts 2 through 8. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Rorleen Tamo. All right, good morning, ma'am. You're charged with resisting an officer without violence, possession of cannabis, and riding without hands on the handlebar. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Offense says bond is going to be $100 on count 1. There's no charge on counts 2 and 3. Good luck.
Judge, would you sign a photo order for Ms. Tamo allowing her access to her contacts for purposes of calling someone to post her bond?
Sure.
Okay. So,
America,
all right, my partner's signing the phone order.
Gotta get that.
Marika McCoy?
Right there. Yes, Judge.
The X, ma'am, come stand on the X, right here.
Don't call me a fucking whore,
Okay,
bitch. Get out of my face, you fucking whore.
Stand right there, there you go.
He been calling me a fucking whore.
All right,
It's his whorehouse, he said. He jumped me in the park. The cops told him the other day he's of Ohio. He's not supposed to be around me. He's ugly. He's El
Worst case scenario,
Chapo.
she doesn't, and we're in the same position we are now.
Right.
And hey, listen, I don't like you. You've been stalking me for fucking years. You're the wrong color, whore. You
Judge,
beat the shit out of me.
Ma'am, I'm going to, you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant for battery. The bond is
What? On
$500.
On who? 500, fuck you.
Okay.
Fucking thief motherfuckers. On who? Cause I danced and showed my pussy at the mall and you call me a nigger? You ain't getting
Judge, can
my
we just,
$500 fucking hooker.
can you mute the mic and just...
All right. Ashley Henderson.
She's here present, Judge?
All right. All right, Miss Henderson, you're charged with possession of cocaine, and you're being held on a felony warrant for possession of PVP. I'm going to find probable cause. Bond on count 1 is $1,000. There's no bond on count 2. You'll see your division judge, Judge Tobin Singer, February 22nd at 2 p.m. Good luck to you.
Judge, I've been advised Tasha Walker is a medical reset.
All right. That'll be Saturday morning.
Kenyatta Dupree?
Here. Reset. Saturday. Kenyatta Dupree.
Ms. Dupree is here present, Judge?
Oh, okay, great. All right, Ms. Dupree, you're charged with a battery, exhibition of a device of a weapon and school property, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I'll find probable cause for that offense. Those offenses. Ma'am, what's your name?
Natasha Parrish.
Hi, Ms. Parrish. What would you like to tell me about Kenyatta?
This is her first time really getting in any trouble. She's involved with the wrong crowd. She's a good student. I mean, make good grades. She's a track star. Just hoping that she gets back to the point where she was before.
Does she live with you?
Yes.
Okay. And no priors, Mr. Linder?
About 5 years ago as a juvenile, there was a similar incident. She went through a diversion program. I mean, just to put on the record my concern, I understand fights happen in school. The specific allegation that the victim was being kicked by the defendant in her face while being held down by someone else is a bit concerning.
All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, as you heard, Ms. Dupree's record, she's been residing in South Florida her whole life. She's 18 years old. She's going to school. She goes to Coconut Creek High School. She's a senior. She has about a 2.3 GPA. She plans on applying to FAMU. She does have substantial ties to the community. She's heavily involved in her school. She's in the junior ROTC program. She's currently in the track team. She does cheerleading in fall. Judge, she lives in Pompano with her mother. Her family's here providing strong moral support. Judge, they've been residing in the same location for about 8 years now. We'd be asking you to consider a reasonable bond as to Ms. Dupree.
All right, I'm going to place her on standard pretrial release.
Sorry, if you could just direct the defendant to speak with us.
She wouldn't speak to you? All right. Well, she's going to be on pretrial supervision. And you're going to have to be on pretrial release supervision. You're going to have to, as a condition of your pretrial, continue to reside with your mother at her home. And Mom, if you can speak to the pretrial officer after the hearing, just give her your address. I'm also going to place Kenyatta on a curfew. Does she have after-school activities that she does?
How long is track practice?
You discontinued it. Okay. All right. Well, then she's going to have to be home after school. What time does she usually get home from school?
She gets out of school at 1:35.
1:35?
I pick her up.
Does she have a part-time job or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, she's going to have to be home after school. Mom's going to pick you up. You're going to have to be home by 2:30 p.m. Is that reasonable? Is that fair? You think you can be home
Judge?
at 2:30? Yes.
Judge, my understanding is I know she's doing the track I guess
Not
program.
Mom says not anymore.
I guess Mom doesn't. You got to live by your mom's rules.
So you're going to be home at 2:30. You're going to be home all evening. You're going to help your mom around the house. I'm sure she'll have some chores for you. You're going to do your homework. And then the next time to leave the house is when you go to school the next day. You can't have any contact with this alleged victim. If you two go to the same school, you're going to have to stay away from each other. Do they go to the same school?
I believe they do go to the same school. Yes.
So you're going to have to stay at least 5 feet away from her. You can't try to call her. You can't find her on social media. No texts. Nothing like that. No third-party contact. You see her coming down the hall, you've got to go the other way. You understand all that? You're going to have to check in with pretrial. You're going to have to follow their conditions. You're going to have to live by your mother's rules. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
This is pretty serious. You can't possess any kind of weapons, mace, any kind of firearms, ammunition, nothing like that. If you do, it'll be a violation of her pretrial, and you might wind up right back in jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mom, thank you very much for coming in. Yes.
On Tuesday and Sundays, we go to church.
Church
okay,
is fine.
you're going to be on
Church is fine,
pre-trial.
no problem. Yeah, and that'll be, she can go to church. If you need her to
This
come
is
to
the
the
address
market
to
with you to
pre-trial. Is
help,
it across the street from them?
to help you shop.
First of all,
I don't think a GPS is necessary.
I understand.
But basically, I want her to be there as a help for you, and I want her to live by your rules, because no one knows their child better than Mom, right?
Right.
You know what's going on. She wants to do all these after-school activities. She wants to be in track, and it sounds like she's not going to be able to be back there until she earns it with you.
Correct.
Well, Your Honor, and the only thing I would ask for, if there's going to be a curfew, I would ask that there be a time from like 2:30 to another time, because I understand she goes to school during the week, but then, on the weekend, for instance.
Well, the weekends they're going to go to church,
Yes.
right? They're going to go to church.
I'm just saying to make it easier for pretrial, so if there's just if we could just inquire what time she leave for school or church, just so there could be a set time, knowing when she has to be home, when she doesn't have to
Time
be.
usually leave for school in the morning.
Tuesday nights, well, she leaves to school in the morning around 6.
Okay.
And Tuesday nights, we have Bible study.
Bible study.
Which is over by now.
She's got to go to Bible study. Okay, good. Okay, definitely got to go to Bible study. Work with them, Patrice. Bible study is good. If she wants to go and have consultation with the pastor, anything like that, I think that's great.
So 2:30 till 6 in the morning, obviously with the exception when she.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And pretrial will work with you. They know that if things need to be shifted, if it needs to be moved, the scheduling for things like church, things like that, that can be shifted. You don't have to come back to me for every little thing, okay? 5 feet away, yeah. All right.
And you want me to write the mother's address on the order, that is where she must reside?
That's where she must reside. She's got to reside with Mom. All right? Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. All right. Good luck, Kenyatta.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we have the Spanish interpreter here. Do you want to speak to the...
Yes. How?
So, Teddy, here's what we got to do. Let me go, I guess, off the record for a minute. You know who they are?
Figueroa and Louise.
All right. So North Broward, Mr. Offsal's going to call over there now. There's two defendants that he wants to speak with, and he's going to utilize the interpreter. So I'm going to take a break to allow him to do that off the record, and then we'll proceed with those two cases. So, Mr. Romero, I'm going off the record for a few minutes.
Yes, Judge.
All righty. All right, we're back on the record. I'm going to go over to North Broward, and I'm going to call Rodrigo Beltranen. Page 16.
Figueroa también.
Oh, Figueroa, okay. Figueroa, sure.
No, this is Beltran.
Beltran,
Figueroa's
okay.
behind.
All right, good. All right, Mr. Beltran, I'm Judge Davis.
Señor Beltrán, está hablando el juez Davis.
You're charged with driving under the influence of alcohol.
Se le acusa a usted de conducir bajo los efectos del alcohol.
Refusal to submit to a DUI test.
Rehusarse a hacerse un examen de alcoholemia.
Driving with a suspended license.
Conduciendo con una licencia suspendida.
Failing to drive in a single lane.
No manejar en su carril respectivo.
Possession of an open container in a motor vehicle.
Tenencia de un recipiente abierto adentro del vehículo.
And 2 misdemeanor warrants.
Y 2 órdenes de arresto por delito menor.
One for driving under the influence.
Uno por conducir bajo los efectos.
And the second for operating without a valid driver's license.
Por andar manejando sin licencia válida.
I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses.
Termino que hay indicios de culpa en estas infracciones.
Does he have any other priors, state?
I'll check, Your Honor.
Vamos revisando los antecedentes.
Not that I see, Judge.
No tiene otros antecedentes.
All right, Mr. Afzal.
Judge, he's been living in Fort Lauderdale for about a year and a half. He currently has a job in construction. He's been doing that for about a year. He does stay with some friends, he does live with some friends in the house in Fort Lauderdale. He has about $500 saved up. He would be relying on a friend to bond him out.
Así que ya tiene viviendo aquí en Florida como 1 año y medio. Él trabaja en construcción, señor juez. Ya lleva haciendo esto más de 1 año. Vive con amigos aquí en Fort Lauderdale y tiene como $500 ahorrados en el banco.
All right, sir. Bond on count 1 is going to be $1,000.
$1,000 de fianza por el cargo número 1.
There's no monetary charge on counts 2 through 5.
Los cargos 2 y 5 no tienen cargo de dinero.
Bond on count 6 is $2,500.
$2,500 de fianza por el cargo número 6.
Bond on count 7 is $750.
El cargo número 7 son $750 de fianza.
I'm placing you on pretrial release.
Yo lo pondría bajo libertad provisional.
You're going to have to wear a ankle monitor that monitors whether or not you have had a drink.
Le van a poner un monitor, que ese monitor determinará si usted ha tenido alguna bebida alcohólica.
You're not permitted to drink any alcohol.
Se le prohíbe el consumo de alcohol.
Or use any controlled substances.
Usar ninguna sustancia enervante.
Do you understand that?
¿Entiende eso, señor?
Sí. Sí. Sí.
Yes.
Right. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte para usted, señor.
Gracias.
And Jorge Figueroa.
Judge, I thought my count was less than 200 grams. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Me parecía que era menos de 200, juez. Vamos a ver.
Mr. Linder?
One moment, Your Honor. I just got the paperwork.
Estamos revisando los papeles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's.
Now we can waive it.
There's one count for under 28 to 200, and then there's one count for 200 over.
Right.
The last page. 272 grams.
All right. So you're charged with trafficking cocaine.
Entonces se le acusa, ahora sí, se le acusa de tráfico de cocaína.
Between 28 and 200 grams.
Entre 28 y 200 gramos.
Trafficking cocaine between 200 and 400 grams.
Tráfico de cocaína entre 200 y 400 gramos.
Conspiring to traffic cocaine between 200 and 400 grams.
Conspiración de traficar cocaína entre 200 y 400 gramos.
And driving with a suspended or revoked license.
Y conduciendo con una licencia suspendida o revocada.
I'm going to find probable cause for these offenses.
Termino que hay indicios de culpa de estas infracciones.
Does he have any priors?
2008 out of Palm Beach County. conspiracy to traffic in marijuana.
Y tiene un cargo del pasado, del 2008, en Palm Beach County, de conspiración por tráfico de marihuana.
All right, Mr. Afzal?
Judge, he's a resident of Hialeah. He's been living there for about a year and a half, but he's a resident of South Florida since May of 2002.
Vive en South Florida, 2002, señor juez, y en Hialeah ha estado por un año y medio ya.
He currently he installs billiard machines at different laundry shops or game places. So he has a business
Tiene su negocio, instala juegos.
where they have billiard machines. I don't know how to. It's like a game that he installs at different shops. So that's his business. He has it at different locations in the greater Miami area.
El área de Miami.
He has about $3,000 saved up in savings.
Tiene como $3,000 de ahorros.
And I would ask, he can't afford much. He would have to use his full savings to post bond in the case. He also has a stepdaughter that he would rely on, that I will be making a phone call to post bond in the case.
Se le va a hacer una llamada a la hija que tiene el caso. Él tiene una hija para que lo ayude en el caso y también tiene unos ahorros en el banco.
Your Honor, I would ask at a minimum that these bonds be kept in place.
El fiscal está pidiendo que se mantengan las fianzas.
The allegations in the report involve drug transactions of a significant monetary amount.
Y las transacciones que se señalan son muy considerables según el reporte por concepto de transacción de drogas.
I think it's based on these allegations, it's reasonable to believe that Mr. Figueroa would have financial resources that might not necessarily be in a savings account.
Pensamos que él quizás tenga, señor Figueroa, tenga recursos financieros que no están en la cuenta bancaria. Creo que es razonable pensar eso.
Mr. Figueroa, according to DHSMV, is the registered owner of a 2012 Mercedes-Benz.
Él es el dueño, acuerdo según el DHB de la investigación, que tiene un Mercedes-Benz del 2012.
It's included in the reports that in one of these meetings, Mr. Figueroa showed up with his co-defendant in a 2014 Lexus.
Y que salió con el coacusado en un Lexus de 2014, incluido en el reporte, señor Figueroa.
So it would also appear that individuals he's associated with have financial resources as well.
Parece que también la persona con la que está él asociado tiene también recursos financieros.
All right. Sir, let me have you raise your right hand.
Señor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
¿Jura decir la verdad?
The whole truth?
¿Toda la verdad?
Sí, nothing but the truth?
Sí, toda la verdad.
All right. Put your hand down and tell me your full name.
Baje su nombre, diga su nombre completo para las actas. Baje la mano.
Jorge Figueroa García.
Sir, do you have a United States passport?
Señor, ¿usted tiene pasaporte de los Estados Unidos?
No.
Do you have a passport from any other jurisdiction, any other country?
¿Tiene pasaporte de otra jurisdicción, de otro país?
Sí, de Cuba.
Yes, from Cuba.
All right. Yes. You're ordered to surrender, sir, your Cuban passport, and you're forbidden from applying for a United States passport.
Así que tiene que entregar su pasaporte de Cuba. Se le prohíbe aplicar para un pasaporte de Estados Unidos.
Bond on count one will be $15,000.
$15,000 de fianza por el cargo número 1.
Bond on counts 2 and 3 will be $40,000.
En los cargos 2 y 3 van a ser $40,000.
I'll release him on recognizance on count 4.
Y por el cargo 4 le van a dar libertad bajo palabra.
The bonds as they are. I'm requiring, however, a Nebbia requirement, full collateralization.
Y también estamos pidiendo lo que se llama el decreto de Nebbia, que todo el dinero tenga lateral legítimo.
Prior to acceptance of the bond,
antes de que se acepte la fianza,
there will be a Nebbia hearing where it must be proven that the source of funds for the bond are from legitimate sources.
Se llama la audiencia que llaman audiencia Nebbia, que es para verificar que el dinero procede de fuentes legítimas.
You're to have no contact with your co-defendant in this case.
No tendrá ningún contacto con la coacusada en este caso.
Don't call,
ni llamadas,
text,
ni texto,
write,
ni escribir,
email,
ni correo electrónico.
Or try to find her on social media.
Darle en las redes sociales.
Stay 500 feet away.
500 pies de distancia.
You understand that, sir?
¿Entiende esto, señor?
No muy bien lo entendí, no sé que
Sir, don't talk about what happened. Oh.
No hable de lo que pasó, señor. No voy a hablar de lo que pasó.
No, que me dicen que la coacusada de quién, de mi esposa.
Oh, when you're talking about the co-defendant, are you talking about my wife?
Yes.
Sí.
Pero, bueno, ok, no entiendo, pero
Well, okay.
acepto.
I don't understand, but I'll accept.
All right, good luck.
Buena suerte.
And Your Honor, just for clarification, is the court ordering that his passport be surrendered to the clerk prior to release?
Yes.
Thank you.
Tiene que entregar pasaporte antes de que le den libertad, de que lo liberen, tiene que entregar pasaporte.
Pero de qué forma lo voy a hacer si estoy aquí.
How am I going to do that? I'm still here.
You're going to have a family member surrender it. I think Mr. Officer.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with his stepdaughter, Judge. She's on the line with me right now. But I think she's more concerned with the mother. I was going to ask as a courtesy. I'm on the line with her right now. Would the court consider calling her case next, even though we have an understanding? We already did the.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, she's. I could advise her as to what's going on with her mom.
Sandra Jacobo.
And Hector, can you tell her I'm on the phone with her daughter right now?
Yes, Mr. Absol. Miss Jacobo, come on up, please.
Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Sandra Jacobo.
Gracias.
Okay.
She's on page 11 of your docket, Judge.
Judge, I'm not arguing probable cause. I'm just saying that it seems, and it's odd that we're representing both of them today. At first appearance, there's definitely going to be a conflict in the future. But she doesn't seem as culpable as the previous defendant before the court.
Me parece que está muy cómodo ante la corte, al igual que el otro. Así que no estoy disputando nada.
I think it might have been the next female case on the docket.
I know.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here. Oh, okay, she was. Okay, I pulled her up. Okay. All right, very good. All right, Miss Jacobo. Okay. All right, ma'am, you're charged with trafficking cocaine between 200 and 400 grams.
Señora Jacobo, se le acusa de tráfico de cocaína de entre 200 y menos de 400 gramos.
And conspiring to traffic cocaine between 200 and 400 grams.
Y se le acusa de conspiración de tráfico de cocaína entre 200 y 400 gramos.
I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses.
Yo determino que si hay indicios de culpabilidad ante estos delitos.
All right, Mr. Linder.
Your Honor.
Fiscal Leona. Voy a hablar del fiscal un momento.
Your Honor, I disagree about her involvement based on these allegations.
Estoy en desacuerdo con estas alegaciones en la involucración de ella.
She was carrying approximately just over 272 grams of cocaine on her person.
Ella portaba aproximadamente 270 gramos de cocaína.
She brought Mr. Figueroa to the deal.
Ella trajo al señor Figueroa para hacer el negocio.
Waited in her vehicle for him to get the money for the deal from the undercover officer.
Esperaba en el carro mientras el señor Figueroa hacía el negocio con el policía encubierto.
Or waited for him to meet with the officer to begin the transaction.
Esperó a que empezara, la transacción.
But it does appear she handed him the drugs in a yellow bag.
Parece que ella fue la que le dio las drogas que estaban en la bolsa.
I would argue her husband trusting her enough to carry that much weight of drugs, participating in this transaction.
Que tiene tanta confianza de que ella porte tantas drogas anticipándose a la transacción.
Indicates that she plays a larger role.
Eso me indica a mí que ella está muy involucrada.
Judge, in response to that, there were 3 separate transactions, and the transaction for the two. I'm sorry. There were 3 separate transactions with the previous co-defendant.
Transacciones por separado con el co-defendante anterior.
There's nothing in the probable cause affidavit, and I'm just arguing as a mitigation. There's nothing in the probable cause affidavit that she accompanied him on these previous transactions.
No hay ninguna acusación de que haya estado ella previamente en las transacciones anteriores con él. No hay nada de información.
She was present for the last transaction. She was in possession of the drugs.
En la última transacción estuvo presente en posesión de las drogas.
But it would be conjecture to say that if she's a high that she's both of her are just as culpable. He's the one who negotiated the transactions. He was a target of the bust. The confidential informant and the detectives were dealt with him, not her. So I would argue that culpability in terms of mitigation, she's not as culpable as he is.
Así que mi argumento es que ella no es tan culpable como él. Él era el objetivo de la investigación. Él fue el que tuvo la conversación con el informante confidencial y era él quien estaba bajo investigación de parte de los detectives.
All right, Mr. Romero, anything to add?
Judge, yes. First, Mr. Jacobo speaks English, so I wanted to put that out there.
All right. Thank you, Theodore. Appreciate it.
No problem.
She's been residing in our community for the past 13 years. She's working for a company called Credit Max in customer service. She's been working there for about 2 years. She makes approximately $2,000 a month. She does have a daughter, 25 years old, put her through college and everything like that. She lives in Hialeah in an apartment. Her rent is about $900 a month. She does have family. She's hoping her family will be able to help post her bond. Judge, she does have no money in the bank, no property. She does lease a vehicle. It's a 2014 Lexus. Her monthly expense on leasing that vehicle is approximately $500 a month. Judge, if the state could verify, I believe this is her first arrest. Considering her lack of any criminal history, Judge, her ties to the community, we'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond estimate, Ms. Jacobo, and reduce the monetary amount from on count 1 and count 2 from $40,000 each to $10,000 each, Judge.
And again, Your Honor, you have to wonder about Mr. Figueroa and Ms. Jacobo's financial resources. Ms. Romero just informed the court that she spends 25% of her monthly income on a 2014 Lexus with no money in the bank, while also allegedly engaged in a significant drug deal, and her husband allegedly involved in additional drug deals. I suspect, and I would ask that the bonds be kept in place with the Nebbia and full collateral requirement, because I think a more thorough bond hearing would be required to determine what resources are being used to post bond.
All right.
Judge, for clarification, also, I believe the state referred to her as her husband. That they're not married, Judge.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just going by what Mr. Figueroa has told us.
He said wife, but so you're not married to him?
No, I believe they're in a relationship, but not married.
All right. Well, he called you his wife, so anyway, the bonds are going to remain in place, $40,000 per account, with a NABI requirement, full collateralization, and a bond hearing. Ma'am, do you have a United States passport?
Yes.
All right, you're going to have to surrender your passport prior to being released from incarceration, and you're forbidden from applying for a new passport. You're to have no contact with your co-defendant in this case. Stay 500 feet away. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find him on social media. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Judge, would you reconsider as far as if she gets released, could she turn in her passport 48 hours upon release?
Your Honor, she has to have a Nebbia hearing anyways.
Right.
So I don't see how she can be prejudiced. If she has a bondsman, whoever's going to be providing information at her Nebbia hearing before a judge can certainly get access to her passport.
And Mr. Offsal's been in contact with their daughter, so I think
her daughter, I believe, resides in New York. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, I'll allow her to turn in the passport 48 hours.
Thank you very much,
All
Judge.
right. All right. Stacy Philippe?
Stacy Philippe? Stacy Philippe? No. Not here at Maine.
Anyone have Stacy Philippe?
I'm looking right now. What page?
Oh.
Stacy Philippe.
You did a switcheroo. You're not Tanisha.
Stacy Philippe.
No problem.
Oh, she bonded? Judge, I've been advised Stacy Philippe bonded.
All right. And I will find probable cause. Mara Mayer.
North Broward? North Broward, Judge.
All right, Miss Mayer, good morning. You're charged with possession of cocaine, possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia, and violation of a municipal ordinance that's loitering for the purposes of prostitution. I'm going to find probable cause. On count 4, the violation of municipal ordinance, I'm going to appoint you an attorney. His name is Stephen Shate, and he'll be with you at the next hearing. Bonds on count 1 and 2 will be $1,000. Bond on count 3, $100. On bond on count 4 will be $300. Good luck to you.
Judge, I'm being asked if we could call a person out of turn here at Maine.
Sure.
His name is Rasheem Chamberlain. He is on page 8 of your docket.
Sure.
Page 18, I'm sorry, I apologize. Page 18 of your docket, and they're actually bringing him in right now. No, just sit over there. Come on, Mr. Chamberlain. Judge, Mr. Chamberlain's here.
Great.
He believes his bond is already posted. Is there any way to confirm?
Doesn't look like it.
Not yet.
No?
From what I can tell.
Yeah.
What is he here on?
It's count 9, a capias on a misdemeanor domestic violence injunction.
I'm looking at 1 through 8, and it's not indicating that any bonds are posted.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, Tanisha, we'll take a look. Sir, you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant for violation of a domestic violence injunction. Bond is $1,000, and you're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case. Stay 500 feet away. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her on social media. You understand that, sir?
Judge, he has a question as far as who's the alleged victim.
Sure. I don't have it here, actually.
Your Honor, if I could just get a case number.
16.
16? Oh, I'm sorry.
010047 MM10A.
Ashley Thomas.
Ashley Thomas.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you got it. Good luck, sir.
Woman whose name is on the front page of the
David Vargas.
Mr. Vargas? David Vargas? He's approaching.
Alrighty. All right, Mr. Vargas, you're charged with violation of your misdemeanor probation. Bond has been set at $1,000, and you're going to see Judge Evans on February 22nd at 9 a.m. Good luck.
All right, thank you, sir.
Sure. Keith Green.
Judge.
Okay. All right,
Mr. Green, you're present.
Very good. Mr. Green, you're charged with, you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant for unlawful use of false name or identity. I'm going to find probable cause. Oh, it's a warrant. I'm sorry. It's a $250 bond. You'll see your division judge February 22nd at 1:30. Good luck.
Judge, Mr. Green is requesting if you would consider resolving his case today.
You have an offer in this one, Mr. Linder?
When?
January 16, 2017, at Boca and our Grand Theft Auto.
What happened? What happened with it?
It's still pending. January 16.
Yeah, I don't believe. No, Your Honor, it appears
Palm
that
Beach. They closed my case.
Okay.
All right,
We'll find out. My understanding, he said he was from Palm Beach. He's been in custody for about 1 month.
Well, I can make an offer. I'm showing that he September 4th, 2015, he was found guilty in the state of Illinois for possession of burglary tools and placed on 2 years probation, which would make this still within that probationary period.
Oh, no, you don't want to resolve this then.
All right, $250
No, if you're on
bond, sir.
probation, no.
You'll see the judge on the 22nd. Good luck.
Thank you.
Marquise Holloway.
Mr. Holloway?
All right, Mr. Holloway, you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant. The charge is aggressive panhandling and a misdemeanor pre-trial violation warrant. I'm going to find probable cause for the warrants. It's a $100 bond on count 1, no bond on count 2. You'll see your division judge February 23rd at 10 a.m. to address the charges. Good luck. Merrill Brown. Oh, these are municipals. Let me just text Mr. Shea because we have a few coming up.
Your Honor, Mr. Brown's is going to be a medical reset.
Okay, got it. Yes. Yeah, I gave her 48 hours for the passport. So Mr. Brown is a medical reset Saturday morning. All right, Patrick Keenan.
North Broward. Right on the X, okay?
All right, Mr. Keenan, you're charged with driving with a suspended license and leaving the scene of a crash involving damage to property. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. There's no monetary bond on count 1, and bond on count 2 will be $100, sir. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Marcus Jonkins.
He's approaching, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jonkins, you're charged with a battery, and you're being held on a misdemeanor warrant for a charge of petty theft and a traffic warrant for driving with a suspended license. I'm going to find probable cause for the new offense. Bond to be $1,000, $500 bond count 2, and $250 bond count 3. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim of the battery. Stay 500 feet away. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find them on social media. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, you've got a status hearing coming up in Division, February 22nd, 9 a.m. Good luck.
Okay.
Lucentino Linares Castillo.
He's here present, Judge, at Maine?
All right. Good morning, sir. You're charged with violating your misdemeanor probation. A bond is $500, and you'll see Judge Gottlieb shortly. They'll set a date for you. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Dalton Walls.
Mr. Walls?
All right, Mr. Walls, you're being held on a traffic warrant that's a failure to change the address on a vehicle. If you want to plead no contest to this charge today to resolve it, I'll withhold adjudication and you'll have a year to pay some court costs. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I want to resolve it.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down and tell me your full name, please.
Dalton Jr. Walls.
Mr. Walls, you've been charged with failure to change the address on a vehicle. How do you plead to that offense? You want to plead no contest?
No contest, yeah.
Do you understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial in this matter?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or prescription medication that would make it difficult for you to understand me today?
No, sir.
All right, I find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'm going to withhold adjudication. You'll have a year to pay some court costs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Juan Abello.
Mr. Abello? Judge, my understanding is the state can verify this is his first arrest. He's 20 years old. He lives in Coral Springs with his mother.
Over here.
He cleans houses with his mom. Judge, we'd be asking you ROR on count 1.
Well, all right, Mr. Bello, you're charged with operating without a valid driver's license and operating a vehicle in unsafe or improper equipment. I'll find probable cause. Now, according to this probable cause affidavit, there's no information on him. So, you have no information? No passport, no identification, only admission to his name and date of birth.
Yeah, no, there's nothing in my system on him. He had actually. He had an operating without a valid DL last year.
All right, that's going to be a $25 bond, sir. Good luck. All right, Robert Kern.
Mr. Kern's here present. He's a gentleman that, if I could refresh your recollection.
Yes, I remember. Thank you. Yeah, I remember.
And we're going to find out if, hopefully, medically everything's good now.
Exactly.
He's being brought up. He's in a wheelchair.
All right.
Probably pass it along. Yeah.
Robert, how are you doing?
So far, so good, I guess.
All right. What? You don't have to stand up. You don't. No, you sit down. Sit down. Sit down. It's okay.
Well, I'd like to speak if I could.
Sure. What did the doc say? Are you able to be discharged?
He'd like me to stay in the infirmary. I have, the anemia thing they're still working on.
Okay.
And now I have an infection in my only eye that I can see out of.
All right. All right. So why don't you stay a little bit? They're taking good care of you?
Yeah, actually.
I got some information for you. I spoke to one of the ER doctors over at Memorial so that when you do get out, I have an address of the clinic and some information so that you can get some follow-up care. But I don't really want you back, and I don't think you want to be back out on the street until you're well enough to, take care of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't I reset? Did the doc tell you how long?
He did not.
All
and
right.
they just discovered the infection this morning.
All right. All right. I appointed you, Mr. Shate, the other day as your attorney, and he and I spoke. He didn't have any objection to you staying as long as it's medically necessary. Do you have everything you need? They're treating you okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right, good. Robert, you just take care of yourself.
I could use an extra blanket.
An extra blanket? All right.
Yeah.
What happened? They wouldn't give you one?
No, I just need one for my feet because the one I have is too small. My feet hang out and freeze.
Oh, no, that's not good. All right. Deputies, when you take him back down to medical, see if they can get him an extra blanket, please. If there's a problem, let me know. Robert, what I'll do is I don't want to have to keep bringing you back and forth. Doc didn't tell you how long, right? He didn't give you any idea.
No, but I can ask him. I'll probably see him later today.
All right, all right. Let's reset this for, let's see, today's Friday, so we'll reset it. Why don't I reset it for Tuesday? And if you can't, because I don't want them to drag you back and forth from the infirmary. That's not good for you. I'll reset it for now for Tuesday. That's the 21st for Tuesday morning. We'll get a status and see how you're feeling, and see what the doc says. And none of us want you to leave until you're ready. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Robert. Take care of yourself.
All right. Your Honor, thank you for your time.
All right. God bless you. All right. So I'll see you again for a status on Tuesday. I don't want them to bring him back over the weekend, back and forth. Okay? All right. Hi, kids. How are you? Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Judge Davis. Oh, wow, we have a big group today. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. We got the kids here from the Promise program, so I'm going to take a couple of minutes and address you folks. I'm Judge Davis. It's nice to meet you all. This is the first appearance courtroom. Everybody here has been arrested, and under the laws of the state of Florida, they have the right to see the judge within 24 hours of being arrested. Okay? I don't have their trial today. What I do today, I decide if the arrest was a legal arrest, and if it was, I set bond in their case. Bond could be a money amount that they might have to pay to get out of jail that guarantees that they're going to come back to jail, or it could be some other types of conditions where I let them out and they might have to check in with the sheriff's department. And that allows us to make sure that these folks who might be charged with a crime come back to jail. And you're going to see all kinds of different offenses today, and we're going to have an opportunity to talk about some of them. And I've got a whole team of people that help me here in my courtroom, as you can see, because I can't do this by myself. So there's me. I'm the judge. I'm in charge of making the decisions and setting the bond. I have a clerk here who sets my docket. She gives me all these sheets. She's responsible for setting the order of the cases. I have Mr. Linder here, who's the prosecutor. He represents the state of Florida. His burden is to prove legally that these arrests were legal and make arguments about conditions of release. And I have Kifa, who works also for the state attorney's office, and she helps him to do that. I've got Patrice here. She works for the sheriff's department, the pretrial office. And you're going to see a little bit of what she does as we go. And when we have an opportunity to speak, she'll tell you a little bit more about it. Tanisha, who works for the jail, and she tells me what's happening down at the jail. She tells me about the bonds, things like that. We have Mr. Afzal and Mr. Romero. They work for the public defender's office, and they represent the defendants here. They represent them for pretty much a low cost, almost free of charge, because who thinks that the lawyers should just be made available for people who can pay for them? Not me. I think everybody should get a lawyer, right? If you're charged with a crime, you have a right to a lawyer, and that's what Mr. Afzal and Mr. Romero down there do. And they represent everybody here. All right, so you're going to have an opportunity to see some cases, and then we're going to have an opportunity to talk about some things, and I'll answer everybody's questions, all right? I'm so glad that you all came down to see me this morning. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. So I'm going to call the case of Maximus Ernst.
Morning, John. Hi.
All right, I'm doing well, sir. Mr. Ernst, you're charged with a trespassing. You're being held on a misdemeanor warrant. Mr. Linder, something you want to make an offer on today?
Let me see it. Thank you.
Friday comes to court that I have to go to
I know what it is.
job
I gotta
interview.
check something. I'm not able to make an offer at this time. This involved someone's personal property.
All right. So the bond is $500, and you're going to see Judge Brown on the 23rd at 10 a.m. to address the charge. Good luck. Kevin Shaw. They say Conti?
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Mr. Shaw,
Conti.
you're being held on an out-of-county felony warrant. I'm going to find probable cause. At this time, you're going to be held without bond.
Felony?
Wait a minute. This is out-of-county, Martin County.
But it's for possession of cannabis.
Yeah, I know. It says felony on here, but it's misdemeanor. Yeah, all right.
I know. I don't
well,
care. Let me see the actual paperwork.
Martin County has issued a no bond warrant on that charge. The judge up there in Martin County, I can't touch his warrant. So you're going to be held no bond. They're going to bring you back up to Martin on this charge, sir. Good luck to you.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to write misdemeanor. It says felony. I'm going to write misdemeanor. All right. David Kaliba?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kaliba, you're being held on a felony warrant. The charge is possession of amphetamine. Bond has been set at $1,000. You're going to see the division judge for a status hearing on February 21st at 9 a.m., sir. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sean Manning?
Conti, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Manning, you're being held on a felony warrant. Charge is grand theft. Bond has been set at $1,000. You're going to see Judge Colra on February 21st at 8:30 a.m. Good luck.
Hey, sir, I have a question.
Sure.
I've never, I'm here on a bad check. I'm not,
Can I see this?
I've never, how could I have grand theft?
All
I
right,
don't understand this.
There was a warrant that Judge Colra issued regarding a grand theft charge. Count one was ordering a forged instrument, which is a bad check, like you said. And then they charged you with grand theft.
When we filed the information, we had charged him with an additional count.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's a $1,000 bond on that, and you'll go see Judge Colra on the 21st at 8:30. Good luck, sir. Take care of yourself. Michael Norville.
North Broward.
All right, Mr. Norville, you're charged with grand theft and a fraud. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. A bond on count 3 will be $1,000, and bond on count 4 will be $1,000. Good luck, sir. Shavor Riley.
Judge, Mr. Riley's here, present Maine.
All right, Mr. Riley, you're charged with carrying a concealed firearm and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Bond on count 1 will be $1,000. There's no monetary charge on count 2, sir. Good luck.
Judge, speaking Mr. Riley, if the state confirmed this is his first arrest ever, we'd be asking you to consider lowering his bond from $1,000 to $500. He's 28 years old. He attended Hallandale Adult Center, tried to obtain his GED. He's working off and on right now. He's delivering mattresses, so whenever he's called to work, that's when he gets income coming in. January of last year, he made approximately $700. That's why we'd be asking you to consider his financial resources and reduce it from $1,000 to $500, considering his lack of criminal history.
There's no history.
No priors? So you're going for your GED right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's a good idea. It's very, very hard to get anywhere without a high school diploma, so I'm glad you're doing that. I'll lower the bond down to $500, sir, and no charge on count 2. Total bond $500. Good luck.
And one
Yes.
last request: would you sign a phone order, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Good luck, sir. Charles Redenzo.
If you can't talk to me, then you're going to have to wait a little bit.
Mr. Redenzo, come on up, please.
No, he's regular court.
Oh, Judge, I've been informed Mr. Redenzo is in regular court.
All right, I'll pass this through. It's a no bond hold for a violation of felony probation, so it's probably there on that. Jan Paz, or Jan Paz.
Mr. Paz?
Mr. Paz, you're charged with robbery by sudden snatching, a strong arm robbery. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's robbery by sudden snatching. My mistake. All right. Does he have any priors? He's 18 years old.
One moment, Judge. Juvenile priors.
All right, I'm going to have to hear those, so I'll go out sidebar.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. All right. I've heard about the priors in juvenile court. Mr. Romero, what would you like to add?
Judge, he's young. He's 18 years old. He's been living here his whole life. He works in landscaping. He makes approximately $500 a week in that. He's been doing that for about 2 months. Financially, has no money in the bank, no property. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He has a roommate. He pays about $250 every 3 weeks for rent. He's been residing at that location for about 7 months. Judge, he's hoping that his family will be able to help post his bond. We'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond as to Mr. Paz.
Mr. Paz, did you get your high school diploma, sir? Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir. If I was gonna go back to school when I turned 18, I wanted to put myself back in school.
All right.
Cause I don't have my parents with me. Me and my parents don't talk, so I wasn't able to get back in school when I was a minor. But now that I'm 18, I want to go back to school.
All right. I'm going to set a $5,000 bond in this case. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Lord of life skills classes, if you're not able to make that bond. Stay 500 feet away at least from the alleged victim, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right, good luck to you. Go off the record for a moment. Chase Eaton.
Mr. Eaton, see your present, Judge?
All right, Mr. Eaton, you're charged with possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia, and it looks like there's 2 bond surrenders for him. Is he out?
I can tell you, one case he's out on a filed charges, 2 counts of grand theft. The other, he was arrested. One case he was arrested. Yeah, those 2 cases are open. He was also arrested just under a month ago, but a filing decision hasn't been made on those. In addition to the open case, 2014 he had an escape. 2013 he had 7 counts of dealing in stolen property, 7 counts of false ownership info on a pawn item, and grand theft between $10,000 and $20,000 with the possession of hydromorphone. He was sentenced to just over 40 months state prison. Theft in 2012, possession of oxycodone, alprazolam in 2012, violated probation, same prison sentence, concurrent. Theft 2010, burglary of a structure, and grand theft 09 with the VOP.
All right. Please give me the case numbers, or I think I have.
Yeah, they're on the bond surrender.
No, I'm revoking bond in case 16-014622-CF10A. So that's going to be a no bond hold at this time until you see your division judge, sir.
I need a black.
I'm going to find probable cause for the new offenses. It's going to be a $1,000 bond on count 1. There's no monetary charge on count 2.
Can I have the count 2?
Good luck, Mr. Eaton.
Can I have the count 1?
Oh, where did that go?
Derek Bynum.
Yeah.
Here.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Derek Bynum. Judge, he declined the services of public defender.
Alrighty. Mr. Bynum, you've been charged with a battery and a violation of your probation or community control. I'm going to find probable cause for these offenses. As to the battery, the bond is going to be $1,000. You may not have any contact with the alleged victim in the case. You have to stay 500 feet away. You can't call, text, write, email, or try to find them on social media. You're being charged with violating your probation. That's out of Dade County. There's a no bond hold on that, so you're going to be held in custody until you resolve the battery case. Then you'll be brought to Dade County to deal with the violation of probation charge. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
William Lester.
Give me the one who done, please. No, this guy. Okay, what you with Lester?
Mr. Lester, good morning. You're charged with violating your felony probation on grand theft in the 3rd degree. I'm going to find probable cause. You're going to be held without bond at this time. You'll see Judge FY is now fined. You'll see Judge Fine February 22nd, 8:30 a.m. Good luck. Joel Felder.
So I'm checking.
Judge, Mr. Felder's approaching. He's declined the service of public defender.
Alrighty. Mr. Felder, you're charged with grand theft between $300,000 and $5,000. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense, sir.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Just to advise the court, Mr. Felder is currently out on, well, it's 2 counts of grand theft. He posted bond on one of the counts. I guess he was ROR'd on the other.
On the other.
He also, just so the court's aware, has theft 2015, 2014, 2 counts of dealing in stolen property, 3 counts of theft, 18 and a half months state prison. 2012, dealing in stolen property, false ownership info on a pawn item, grand theft, just under 18 and a half months. Theft 2013, battery 06, strong arm robbery 05 with a VOP, 30 months state prison.
All right, what's the case number he's out on?
16-14900 CF10A.
All right, sir. I'm going to revoke your bond in case 16-14900 CF10A. You're going to have to see your division judge. You're going to be held without bond at this time. On count 1, I'm going to set a $3,500 bond in this new case. Good luck to you, Mr. Felder.
No, I'll take care of that.
Louis Moraga?
Mr. Moraga is here present, Judge?
Take care of that.
All right,
Judge, we'd be...
You're charged with possession of heroin and possession of clonazepam. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Do you have any priors?
No, Your Honor.
Not from back in this courtroom, Joe.
Judge, we'd be asking you to consider...
Unable to verify is what Ms. Patrice said.
We'd be asking you to consider on count 2 an ROR. He's 27 years old. He's currently working. He's employed at Vincent's Pizzeria. He's been there for about 6 months. He makes about $2.50 an hour plus tip. He has no money in the bank, no property, but he lives in Fort Lauderdale with his roommate. His rent is approximately $600 a month. He believes his roommate will post his bond, but his roommate, he believes, only has like $100, so that's why we'd be asking you to still have the $1,000 remain in effect for count 1, but ROR count 2, Judge.
That's fine. I'm comfortable with that. They only pay you $2.50 an hour?
Yeah, it's a serving position, so they get away with it by working under the table.
Oh, plus tips, Judge. Plus tips. Plus tips, Judge.
Plus tips. All right. That I agree. That to me is ridiculous. You got to try to find a better job because that's very, very, very unfair. The Florida minimum wage is $8.05 an hour, or maybe it's
unless you make tips.
Unless you make tips, but still, $2.50 an hour is ridiculous. All right, $1,000 bond on count 1 and ROR count 2. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Usually it's like at least $5 an hour plus tips, but $2.50 an hour is crazy, right? Never take a job, anybody here. If they offer you $2.50 an hour, go for more, okay? Maurice Richardson.
Mr. Richardson?
You don't take the job, you're making 0.
Maurice Richardson, page 22.
All right, Mr. Richardson, you're charged with violating your felony probation for failing to register as a career offender. You're going to see Judge Fine on February 22nd at 8:30 a.m. to address the charge. Good luck to you. Alberto Amparo.
Mr. Amparo, come on up, please.
Sorry, I just...
Yeah, pre-trial.
Yes, I'm just informing the court that he is on pre-trial, but this did not violate.
Okay.
He was placed on pre-trial in February, and based on what I read in the PC, it seems like this occurred in January 19th.
What's he on pre-trial for?
He's on pre-trial supervision case 17-1031 CF. 1 count of armed burst welding, 1 count of aggravated battery causing bodily harm, 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, 1 count of grand theft, and 1 count of battery causing bodily harm.
All right, well, Mr. Amparo, you're now charged with burglary of an occupied dwelling and petty theft. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. I've heard the case that he's out on for pretrial release. Does he have any other priors?
Does pretrial have anything? How old is he?
He's 18 years old, Your Honor. He does have juvenile priors.
All right, I'm going to have to hear about those.
Okay.
and I can tell you, since it was that first appearance, there's no way we would have known
Right.
to inform the court that, about this.
All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Amparo, he's been residing here in South Florida since he was 16 years old. He's currently 18 years old. He works part-time. He works for Florida Power and Light. He's been working for them for about 3 years. He makes approximately $150 a day. He lives in Hollywood with his mother. His monthly rent is about $1,300 a month. Judge, we'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond as to count one, and he's hoping his mother will be able to post his bond. If not, Your Honor, we'd be asking you to release him on pretrial. If not, and he still remains in custody, we'd be asking you to sign an order allowing him access to his property. He's legally blind. He has his glasses in his property so that he could use his glasses, Judge. So we'd be asking you to impose a reasonable bond as to Mr. Amparo.
Okay. All right, I will sign a property order, and does he need a medical screening? Glasses.
No, thank you, Judge.
All right.
No, he's in the Judge.
All right. I'm going to set a $15,000 bond on count one. Pre-trial release level 2 with a GPS monitor. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find them on social media. I'll order some life skills courses if he's unable to make that bond, and access to the glasses so that he can see.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
His bonds were surrendered. I'm assuming on the case that he's on pretrial for.
Oh, okay. So those bonds he needs, Mr. Amparo? The bondsman came back and surrendered the bonds for the cases that you were on pretrial, apparently. That's what the jail is telling me. So you'd have to repost those bonds again.
I have to talk to him.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk to that bondsman because
You're going to have to talk to your bondsman. You're going to have to. I didn't revoke them, but he came back into the jail and surrendered them. So be in touch with him.
Excuse me, sir. When was this? When did he come to the jail and say that?
This way he did it. Yesterday. Did it yesterday.
Oh, it's probably because he's seen I got arrested, but I was still on a payment plan doing that. But I'm gonna talk to him as soon as possible.
Good.
Thank you.
Be in touch.
Thank
with
you,
him.
Judge.
All right. Good luck to
Alrighty,
you.
man. All right, thanks.
Yeah, it's a monitor also.
The bonds for this, he's gonna go back out on the monitor as well?
Yeah. Bond
Waive the
monitor.
fee, Judge, because if he bonds out again.
Yeah,
turning the monitor.
I can waive the fee. I can waive the fee. All right. William Steiner.
Mr. Steiner's here.
All right, Mr. Steiner, you're charged with grand theft between $300 and $5,000. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Bond will be $1,000, sir. Good luck.
Judge, Mr. Steiner is requesting if you would consider pre-trial. He's been living in Florida his whole life. He's working for a company called Hood Guys. He advised me he doesn't have the financial resources to post bond. He does live here in Fort Lauderdale. If pre-trial can verify, he would like to be released on standard pre-trial, Judge.
I mean, frankly, a bond increase probably more appropriate. 2012 grand theft, 2010 theft, resisting a retail merchant, 2007 grand theft, uttering a forged instrument, 2005 grand theft, 2004 criminal mischief, 2004 dealing with stolen property, 2 counts, 3 counts, DUI 98 with domestic violence battery, another domestic violence battery in 97. End of record.
I'll keep it at 1,000, sir. Good luck.
Yes, Judge.
William Shackelford.
Judge, there's nothing to indicate that what was being littered was over 500 pounds, over 500 pounds.
Mr. Linder.
That's fine, Your Honor. I have no objection to the court finding PC for the misdemeanor under 500. And obviously taking that into consideration for bond.
All right, Mr. Shackelford, you're charged with illegal dumping. I'm going to find probable cause for under 500 pounds. That's a misdemeanor offense.
Oh, no, already printed that. Never mind.
All right, does he have any priors?
I see see a 2000 possession of cocaine with intent. Your Honor, 1999 possession of or deliver cocaine. 1997 at a date, delivery of cocaine, possession of cannabis with intent. 1997 at a date, possession of cocaine,
All right, I'm going to release him on his recognizance on this charge. Sir, you're going to have to come back on another date to face the charge in court. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Oh, his bond was posted? All right, never mind. I'll take that back. It'll be a $1,000 bond, which was posted. Good luck. Thanks, Tanisha. James LaFrance.
Mr. LaFrance is here present, Judge. He advised me as private counsel, Miss Regina Tamanakis.
No, Judge,
not even close.
Tomanakis.
No,
Judge, Ms. Tomanakis sent me a text this morning. She actually represents a co-defendant. I don't know if she represents Mr. LaFrance.
Oh, I see.
Carrie Charles is on the afternoon. Is going to be on the afternoon docket.
She's going to come in the afternoon?
So, yeah, I believe she's coming in.
Mr. LaFrance, I'll reset your case to the afternoon at 1:30. Ms. Samanakis will be here. You're sure you hired her? You spoke to her?
I haven't spoken to her yet.
Ah.
But that's my personal. I always hire her whenever I go to something, so I haven't had the chance. She will come see me. This is what I know.
Okay. All right. So she's going to be here this afternoon anyway for your co-defendant. So I'll reset your case too, and I'll address it after lunch. Okay?
All righty.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
You're coming back at 1 o'clock.
Kurt Folks.
Mr. Folks is here present, Judge.
All right, Mr. Folks, you're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time. You're going to see your division judge. That's Judge F.E. Who's the anonymous list? Anybody know what division is F.E.?
Go have a seat. Go have a seat.
FD or FE? Let me see.
Well, you'll see the division judge on February 28th at 8:45 to address the charge, sir. Good luck to you.
The 28th, you're going back to court at 8:45 a.m.
Jose Franco. Mr. Franco, good morning. You're charged with possession of Xanax, possession of cannabis over 20 grams, and possession of cocaine. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Does he have any priors?
Yes, Your Honor, 2012 at a date, possession of cannabis, fleeing and looting. 2012, possession of drug paraphernalia. And the priors, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Romero.
Judge, he advised me financially he does have the resources to bond out. Unfortunately, he has no one to actually go to his bank, take out withdraw the money and post his bond. So he's kind of in a tough dilemma, tough situation. He lives in Hialeah. He has a stable address. He's requesting if you consider an ROR, Judge.
He's really not in that tough a situation. There's numbers for bondsmen there. He can contact a bondsman, discuss the matter with them about his financial ability, and they can work something out.
Right. All right. Good luck, sir. $3,000 total bond. Good luck. Bernard Scott.
That's no problem, Your Honor.
Got it.
All right. Mr. Scott, good morning. You're charged with 2 counts of violating your felony community control. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you'll see Judge Siegel February 22nd, 8:30 a.m. Good luck. Albert Rios.
He's approaching, Judge.
All right, Mr. Oh, not up yet.
He's coming up.
No problem. No rush. All righty, Mr. Rios, you're charged with 2 counts of burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. I'm going to find probable cause for those offenses. Any priors, Mr. Linder?
Yes, Judge. As an adult,
He's only 20 years old.
2015 Dade, possession of marijuana. 2014 Dade, resisting without violence. And he does have Similar juvenile priors.
Similar type of offenses.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Rios, he's been residing here since he was like 12 years old. He's 20 years old right now. He works in landscaping for a tree trimming company. He makes approximately $13 an hour. Financially, he has about $300 in the bank. He owns no property. He lives in Plantation with his two sisters. All three of them share the expenses as far as the rent. The rent is about $1,700 a month. Judge, we'd be asking you to set a reasonable bond as to Mr. Rios on both counts 1 and 2.
All right. So, Albert, how far did you get in school?
I got to the 10th grade before my mom died, and then I kind of got lost there.
All right. So things didn't work out after the 10th grade. Your mom passed away.
Yeah, I kind of lost track.
I got to tell you, you're going to probably... Now, landscaping is a good job. It's honest work. You're probably going to wind up doing that the rest of your life unless you get your GED. Ever think about that?
Been thinking about it right now, but I'm helping out with bills and stuff around the house, and I live with my sisters. Mom died, and then my dad's like a total douche. So I hope it's $1,700. I mean, I had to pay the whole $1,700 this month by myself. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, I'm going to set a $2,500 bond on count 1, $1,500 bond count 2. You're to have no contact with the alleged victims in the case, sir. Stay 500 feet away at least. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Stay out of trouble. Whoops, Ileana, I'm sorry, I dropped that one. Glenroy Lake.
Mr. Lake?
Good morning, Mr. Lake. You're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you're going to see Judge Scheer on February 22nd, 8:45 a.m. to address that. Good luck.
Okay.
Denny Casino.
Mr. Casino?
He bonded.
Oh, Judge, I've been informed he bonded.
All right. I'll find probable cause. Tommy Jackson.
Mr. Jackson is approaching, Judge?
What page are we on?
26.
All righty. Mr. Jackson, you're charged with possession of cocaine, introduction of contraband into a jail. You're also being held on 2 felony warrants for delivery of heroin and possession of cocaine. I'm going to find probable cause. Bond on counts 1 and 2 will be $1,000. There's no bond on counts 3 and 4. You're going to see Judge Michael Robinson on February 22nd at 8:30 a.m. to address those charges. Good luck, sir. Alex Sangster.
North Broward, Judge.
I need that perfection from yesterday.
That's a medical reset, Your Honor.
All right, so that'll be a medical reset to Saturday morning.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I understand that this is a medical reset. That last count where the defendant is being held no bond, he's actually being supervised by a pretrial on that case as well. I see a 94806 on him.
Okay.
I'm going to act that his pretrial status will be revoked in that case, even though he's not here. He's on pretrial at 16984910, as well as 1515065.
And he's on also on a 94806 hold?
Yes, sir.
Well, Judge, can we wait till tomorrow for him to be present so he's informed of what's going on?
Well, he can come back to be advised of what happened today, but there's nothing.
He's already being held no bond.
There's no.
I'm just asking the court, despite what he's saying, I'm just asking that instead of it saying, like, we can start the charge.
Oh, all right. All right, I'll make a probable cause determination today. I'll do a medical reset for bond, and I'll revoke his pretrial as long as it's explained to him tomorrow when he comes through. So that's on case 15-015065 CF10A. Revoked. And 16
Give me a flip, please.
00984 9 CF10A revoked. And it's a med reset for Saturday morning for bond. And he's going to be held without bond on these 2 revocations. All right. Andre Williams.
Mr. Williams is here. Present judge, he's asking or inquiring if someone could see if someone already posted his bond.
Tanisha, do you know if his bond's been posted? Andre Williams. Yes, looks like your bond's been posted, sir. I'm gonna
Thank you, Judge.
I'll find probable cause for the offenses, sir. You'll be released today. Good luck.
I don't know what the court.
Cornelius Bolden.
Mr. Bolden, come on up. Okay, and you said you live where?
Miramar.
And right now you can't afford it, so you want ROR.
The microphone's on, just letting you know. All right,
Okay.
Mr. Bolden, you're charged with possession of cannabis over 20 grams, driving with a suspended license, and disobeying a stop or yield sign. I'll find probable cause for the offenses. What are his priors?
Out of the state of Kentucky, 2003 theft. Criminal possession forged instrument, 97 out of Kentucky. Out of North Protective Order in 2012. Possession of drug paraphernalia, 2011. Possession of controlled substance, 07. Assault on a female, 2006. Resisting public officer, 2006. Felony possession of cocaine, 2006. Assault on a female, 2005. Passing worthless check, 04. Out of the state of South Carolina. Theft, 99. Burglary, first degree, grand theft auto, 1990. Resisting arrest, 87. And domestic violence battery arrest out of Broward that was dropped last year.
All right, Mr. Romero.
Judge and Speaking, Mr. Bolden, he lives with his girlfriend in Miramar. They've been residing in the same location for 2 years. Their rent is approximately $1,400 a month. He is working. He's employed in construction. He makes approximately $9 an hour. Financially, he's hoping his girlfriend can post his bond, but he's not 100% sure. Considering this is a non-violent charge, cannabis, that's why we would be requesting an ROR, Judge.
All right, so it's going to be a $1,000 bond on count 1, no monetary charge on counts 2 and 3. Good luck to you, sir. Matthew Barcombe.
Judge, I have probable cause argument, counts 1 and 2.
All right. All right. Mr. Barcombe, you're charged with sale of cannabis within 1,000 feet of a school or park, possession with intent to sell alprazolam within 1,000 feet of a school or park, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll find probable cause. Your bonds have been posted, sir. $5,000 on counts 1 and 2 and $100 on count 3. You'll be released today. Good luck, sir.
Sorry.
Jason Pacheco.
That was nice. First time I ever got a hug. Yeah.
Hector got a hug? I missed that. That's nice.
Thank you. You made my day.
Yeah. Mr. Pacheco, you're charged with 2 counts of violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time on both counts, and you have 2 court dates coming up with 2 different judges. On February 22nd at 8:45, you're going to see Judge Jeffrey Cohen. And on February 24th at 9:45, you're going to see Judge Liz Scheer. All right, they will bring you down from the jail to address those charges. Good luck.
Thank you.
Anthony English?
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
If you could pull this up on Odyssey on your computer, you'll see it's not really a change of charge. You might recall the case also from the first appearance.
Do you have a case number by any chance?
17-1427 CF10A. It took place allegedly in front of the convenience store. Allegedly, Mr. English grabbed a knife from threw it on top of the roof. The detective came in and testified. If you look at the information, Judge, and I think this was a technicality on the data entry from my office, because they're treating it like we filed a burglary with a battery. He's charged with a burglary with intent to commit a battery, but while in possession.
Judge, further, I think I made arguments on this case before.
You did, and yeah, this seems like a
No, Mr. Hodge did, for the record. No.
Point being, as you can see from the information, he's still charged with armed
Right,
burglary.
it's the same. It's really armed burglary, which I'm going to find probable cause for. I'll take judicial notice of the arguments that were previously made, and I am going to continue to hold you without a monetary bond, sir, pending a potential Arthur hearing with your division judge. You
Can I
have
say something, Your Honor? Yeah, yes, I do. This took place. This man assaulted me first. His knife fell out his door. Okay,
Sir, don't talk about the facts. Everything you're saying is being recorded. Now, if you choose to go to trial, they're going to pull these transcripts. Do not talk about the facts of the case, please. Because you may think you're helping yourself, and then they pull the transcripts and they'll use it against you. You have an attorney, Chalet Porter. Talk to her.
Will do.
All right. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you're going to have no contact with the alleged victim, sir. Good luck. Brennan Strine?
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
You may recall Mr. Strine's situation. When he first came through, he was improperly charged with an armed burglary, and he's held no bond. We brought him back. Tanisha, if you can confirm, I believe you said his bond at $5,000.
$5,000, yeah.
And now he's here because we corrected the charge upon filing.
Okay. That's count 10. I'll keep the bond at $5,000. And sir, like before I said, no contact with the alleged victim. Stay at least 500 feet away, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good luck, Mr. Strine. Corey Robinson?
Mr. Robinson's here, present, Judge, at Maine.
And,
no, well, you can't resolve the case. No.
This was changed from
Possession of a weapon.
by convicted felon, and we filed it as...
Felon carrying concealed weapon.
Yeah, so it's, I mean...
All right,
technical differences. The bond was originally set at $5,000.
All right, I'll find probable cause, and the bond will remain at $5,000, sir. Yes. Do you have a question?
Yeah, it's just I left to go find out about a job.
No, don't talk about the facts.
Don't talk about the facts of your case today, sir.
Can I ask something? Wait.
You're going to have your day in court, I promise you.
Judge, I advise him not to talk about the facts. He just wants you to inquire if Your Honor would consider resolving the case today. I advise him that since this is a felony offense, Your Honor will not do so, but he just wanted to hear from you.
Yeah. You're gonna have to see the circuit court felony judge about this case and go forward and see what's to be done, all right? I can't resolve it today at the first appearance hearing. But I wish you luck, Mr. Robinson. Hope it works out. And last one, we have a perfection from yesterday. That's Edward Cognac. Is he down at the main or?
Edward Cognac. Is he here at Maine or? Is it 24? It was the last page on 30. They're looking for. Oh, you don't have a page 30?
Well, there was a second docket issued shortly after the first one.
There was a perfection.
Oh, they only had the first docket, Judge.
Okay.
I don't know. If,
He's in the main, or I can reset it to the afternoon. Either way.
Well,
okay, it's going to be reset for PM. Edward
Let's
Cognac
right
is
now.
going to be reset for
We're all here.
PM.
You're going to want to talk to the students anyways. Why don't we just take a few minutes to get them now rather than?
All right. I mean, we can. Well, yeah. Let's just bring him back at 1 o'clock. I'll extend the time. We'll bring him back at 1 o'clock. I have the supplemental report. All right. So let's have Mr. Cognac brought up at 1 o'clock.
Why do you want to add to Friday?
All right.
Okay, 1 o'clock they'll bring him
All
back.
right. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Romero. Thank you. Have a good morning. I'll see you this afternoon.
I'll see you at 1 o'clock.